This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Hello, everybody. It's another day, and it's time for another story. The story is called Early Intervention. So let's get to it. Early intervention. One of the earliest memories I have of divine intervention and protection happened when I was around 6 or 7 years of age. It took place early on a Saturday morning, and it was becoming hotter with each passing hour in a small town in South Carolina. This was a perfect day to build a wagon. I remember roaming around my mother's and grandparents' yards to find things to build a wagon. Kneeling on the ground next to my mother's back porch steps, I tried to figure out where I could find a fourth wheel to complete my wagon. Just then, I saw an amazing red tire, just the top half, draped over and through some weeds. It was among a pile of rusty cans and other discarded odds and ends. As I started to walk toward the pile, a clear and audible voice in my head directed me to throw something toward the red wheel. I did, and it moved. Running as fast as I could up the many steps, which were made of stacked cement blocks that led into my grandparents' house, I told my grandfather what happened. My grandfather grabbed his gun and ran to the site. He fired his gun, but the snake quickly slithered away. It was a big red water moccasin. I neither finished building my wagon nor spent much time in the yard for the rest of the day. Over the years, I have kept this memory close to my heart, and I am forever reminded of God's grace and mercy. He is always watching over us and protects us when we face danger or when our lives are about to make a transition to another level. Imagine if you could see the many things that God protects you from. Would you want to see it? Just think, how would you handle it? What has God protected you from? Share it in the comments so we all can see. God cares about you. He cares about his children. And don't let anyone, the devil and anybody else, tell you that you're not his child. If you believe in him, you honor him, he is going to protect you. I remember years ago, I was driving and I was about to I had my signal light on, and I was waiting for a car to pass me before I could make a left turn. So I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw this car coming up behind me. It was coming fast, and I'm thinking to myself, is that person going to stop? And I figured out that they weren't. And so all I could do was brace myself. And so when it was all over, people started coming out of the building because they heard the big bang. It was a big crash, and they came out to see if we were okay. I was okay, and the other driver was okay as well. But sometimes all we can do is just stand still or sit still because we're out of control. But we have to remember that God is in control and he protects his children. And yes, going back, I remember like it was yesterday. I wanted to build that wagon, and this wheel was bright and shiny, and I was going to pick it up, and that voice told me, don't pick it up. Take something, throw over there and see if it moves. And sure enough, it moved. I can't imagine, I don't want to imagine, if I had picked that up, I would have been bitten by that snake. and I wouldn't be here now sharing my story. So I know it's personal for me. I know that God is good. He watches over us and He protects us all the time. All the time. So again, I always say, go out, enjoy your life, honor God, and He'll bless you. I'll see you next time for another story. Have a good day.